Welcome to Nuka Nights. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time in the wasteland. I'm sure all of you enjoy the new Fallout show on Amazon Prime. Of course I watched it right after release last week. That brought me straight to my idea to make a build for the Ghoul. I love the character, his jokes, his look, his weapons. So now I'll show you the Ghoul build. He's using a pipe revolver and a lever action rifle, and he's a camp fiend.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I chose the pipe revolver because I think it's closest to the revolver of the Ghoul, plus it has a suppressor which gives us a sneak bonus. That's not possible with other revolvers in game. You might say, hey, that's not a lever action rifle. Yeah, that's a lever action shotgun, but since shotguns aren't the best option in Fallout 76, I decided to use a lever action rifle, which also fits well, I think. And this is how it performs in the game. It's a bloodied build to get more damage, best sneak, more critical hits and more XP. The lever action rifle performs much better than the revolver obviously, but also the revolver just needs 1 to 3 hits, depending on if it's a critical or not. I'm using Rifleman perks, Gunslinger, Sneak and perks for criticals. Alright, let's get to the perks. I'll start with the legendary perks. First of all are Follow Through and Take One for the team. Both scale up the damage, follow through while sneaking and taking one for the team while being detected, which is often the case in public events. Furthermore, I'm using legendary luck, intelligence, agility and perception on max rank to have more possible special points to use. In strength, I'm using 9 points with travel pharmacy and bandolier. Arms keeper is to handle the weight of the rifles from other builds as well as loot. Beer arms also helps me to carry more. Perception needs 10 special points because I already have 5 legendary perception, so in total 15 perception. Obviously I need all rifleman and tank killer perks to push the lever action rifle damage as well as concentrated fire to increase accuracy and also damage for single shot rifles. Concentrated fire on rank 3 grants 20% more accuracy and 3% more damage for single shot rifles, while it only grants 4% more accuracy and 3% more damage for automatic rifles. That's why it's enough to use it on rank 1 for auto rifles. In endurance I'm using 4 points to use Radical for more carry weight and Camp Fiend to make camps last longer. Charisma has 7 points using the perk Inspirational for more XP, Strange in Numbers to increase the mutation effects, and Tenderizer to push the damage again. Intelligence also just needs 6 points because I have 5 points from legendary perks, that's 11 in total. The Bloodied build needs Nerd Rage, Demolition Expert because I am using explosive bullets in the rifle and the revolver, and batteries included because I'm carrying energy ammo from other loadouts. You don't need this for this build. Agility also has 10 points plus 5 legendary points, 15 in total. We need to cover Gunslinger and also Sneak perks in here. So I'm using Master Gunslinger, Expert Gunslinger and Gunslinger for single shot pistol damage on the Revolver. Covered Operative is needed to boost the sneak damage. Gun Fu is just needed on one point, just to enable the target jumping in VATS. When one enemy is killed, VATS automatically jumps to the next enemy near. The last 2 points are used to improve sneak with the 1 point sneak perk and escape artist, which makes you disappear for enemies faster when you stand up and crouch again. It also lets you sneak very silent. Luck also has 10 points again, plus 5 legendary points, 15 in total. Here we make sure our mutations stay and the negative effects are reduced by 75% with stocked genes and class freak. For better survivability on low health, I use Serendipity, which gives you a 45% chance to avoid any damage when your health is below 30%. To improve the critical hit damage, I'm using better criticals, which increase the critical damage by 100%. Critical Savvy in 1 point makes critical hits only consume 55% of the critical bar. The critical bar is visible in VATS, and only if the critical hit bar is full and you press the key for critical while shooting, you can deal a critical hit. You can also use Critical Savvy on 3 points. I'm not doing this here because I'm preventing my food from spoiling with the perk Good with Salt. In this example you can see when I enable VATS, there's the critical bar in the center below. So when this bar gets filled up and you shoot the target and you press space, for example, on PC, you will deal a critical hit to the target. Also every hit on the enemy fills up your critical bar again. Since this build uses Cam Fiend in Endurance, you can use any cam longer. So if it's double XP weekend like it's now, or it was now, you can use, for example, Experimentats to have more intelligence for a longer time, or also you can use Overdrive to boost the damage and critical damage, or Psychotats to increase your damage for pistols and for rifles. Just keep in mind that cams don't stack, so you can just use either Experimentats or Overdrive. You cannot use them together. To make this Ghoul build more related to the Fallout show, I'm using the Vault 33 Under Armor. It actually has good benefits for this build because it increases luck by 2, which gives better chance to deal critical hits. Also plus 2 intelligence, plus 2 endurance and plus 1 strength are quite good, as I'm using the shielded lining. I went for the grossest backpack to save 3 points from Through Hiker in agility and still be able to carry more food and drinks for buffs. The mutations are pretty much the same as any Bloodied rifle, commando or pistol build. Adrenal Reaction scales up the weapon damage on low HP. Bird Bones reduces the fall speed and by that any fall damage, and gives us more agility, which is good for sneaking. Eagle Eyes increases the critical hit damage and increases perception. Egghead is just to improve intelligence for more XP. Electrically Charged deals shock damage to melee attackers, which is helpful against small attackers, but not necessary. Herbivore doubles any benefit from veggie food, which includes also Company Tea and Blight Soup. Company Tea gives a huge AP regeneration boost, and Blight Soup increases your critical hit damage even more. Herd Mentality increases all specials with plus 2. Speed Demon lets you reload and run faster. Unstable Isotope deals radiation damage to melee attackers, which is also handy sometimes, but not necessary. Now let's check out the weapons. The pipe revolver is a bloodied explosive with plus 15% bonus Watts critical charge, which helps to fill up the critical bar faster and deal more critical hits. The lever action rifle is also a bloodied explosive with 25% less action points cost, which helps us to stay in Watts longer. The armor needs to be unyielding. It's not that important what the second or third star you are using. This depends on your personal preference. I'm using a full intelligence set here because I'm setting up the build on a double XP weekend. You can also use 1 or 2 or 3 limbs with AP refresh and second other perk. Also weapon weight or food chems weight reduction is fine. But of course also Sentinel, which lowers the chance of receiving damage while standing still, works with this build, while sneaking or standing. I'd recommend to use an unyielding Secret Service armor set. I hope you enjoy this build as much as I do. I really like to switch between pistols and rifles. That's not often the case in most builds, you just use rifles or pistols, but this kind of build combines both, so I like to use it both and switch between it. And yeah, what do you think? Do you like to try it? Tell me in the comments how you like this build. That's all for this video. Make sure to check out nukernights.com. You will find all ongoing and upcoming events, current daily ops, new codes, current season progress, articles about the latest event rewards and topics, as well as some tools like an interactive action points calculator. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.